Hello everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of the LabZtorm Squal. This audio podcast is part of the Sepulchre and Storm and Bostics. This audio podcast as part of the Shipmo Squad. This audio podcast as part of a Storm and Bostics production. So looking in this audio podcast, looking in a little bit around hip hop, permaculture, and toxicology, aspects of toxicology. So much of the hip hop genre stems back from the early 1970s. It is a sort of a sort of a variable art form, and where music tends where a platform that tends to be is it tends to be a sort of a platform amongst varying populations, and sort of a platform for disenfranchised and marginalized populations. In since young people, for example, and in context of this audio podcast sort of series, I tend to relate to in context of this audio podcast in around the theme of this audio podcast, if you will, that since young people sort of tend to relate to hip hop, or can tend to relate to hip hop, or in aspects of the art form, and where it intertwines this then prompts an opportunity to align educate some aspects of the educational initiatives that are from, for example, the hip hop gardens team in amongst the Southwest UK, and efforts surrounding in line to the social media platforms, the RPSG, the Renal Patient Support Group, and the Kidney Disease and Renal Support Group, or KDARS group, social media platform for kids that sought to unite communities and populations. Um, uh, at the same time, the opportunity, the sort of opportunity is where for example, in line to aspects of permaculture, it is where for example, where the where the sort of where the sort of educational modality is sort of allows sort of opportunity there are opportunities where to challenge some of the misunderstandings surrounding hip hop through aspects of permaculture, and wherein traditionally or historically, for example, historically, for example, there has been, or it is, or there has been, or have been, sort of where it has been where illicit substance and drug abuse is and can be constrained, can be construed or interrelated with aspects of the art form, and so this then aligns to where wherein at the same time that the basis of permaculture therefore sort of forms an important opportunity to raise awareness and educational perspectives from and in context of hip hop, environment and toxicology. Collaborative efforts should encourage positive attitudes and empowerment aligned to aspects of hip hop that can bridge disparities across healthcare and challenges that young people entail, and including young people in aspects pertaining to healthcare, for example, and aligned to aspects pertaining to patient and public involvement-led initiatives, which can help prompt best practices. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of the LabZtorm Squal. This audio podcast as part of the Sepulchre and Storm and Bostics. This audio podcast as part of the Shipmode Squad. This audio podcast as part of a Storm and Bostics production.